Prime Minister Narendra Modi responding, or rather stepping into the Sanatan controversy. The Prime Minister said must give a befitting reply to Udhayanidhi. This is what we are picking up today in the Council of Ministers meeting. The Prime Minister has highlighted the need to respond on the Sanatan debate. Paulami Saha, in fact, was telling us through her sources, what she's picked up is that the Prime Minister instructed that the ministers and the MPs of the BJP must not go into history. Okay, I'm being told that Paulami Saha is with us. Paulami, you were telling us earlier that this happened in the meeting today, the cabinet meeting, wherein the Prime Minister said, stick to the facts, they're good enough as per the Constitution. Do not go into the history or the details, but be ready for a counter-attack when it comes to this statement, a very controversial one, from Udhayanidhi Stalin.
That's right. The Prime Minister has now weighed in on this issue. The Prime Minister has categorically stated, and he was speaking to the Council of Ministers earlier this morning when he was, of course, briefing them, and a joint briefing was being held by the Ministry of External Affairs, in fact, about the G20 preparations. The Prime Minister spoke with his Council of Ministers, and he categorically stated that as far as the Sanatan Dharma controversy is concerned, which has been ignited by Udhayanidhi Stalin, they should step out and go all out to attack that statement which has been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin to defend Sanatan Dharma as well. The Prime Minister has now weighed in. Clearly, the instructions have gone out to the Bharatiya Janata Party as well, that as far as this issue is concerned, they have to appear more vocal, they have to challenge it, and they have to attack it as far as the India bloc is concerned as well. Remember that the India bloc itself has been caught on the back foot after that statement which was made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. While there are some like Priyanka Kharge who've stepped out in order to defend Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, there are many who've chosen to stay mum, not speak out on the issue, and that's what the BJP has been questioning. Why aren't other leaders of the bloc saying anything about what Udhayanidhi Stalin has said? What about the NCP? What about Lalu Prasad Yadav? What about Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi? Why haven't they spoken out? So now the Prime Minister has said that this is the issue to challenge the bloc with, and ensure that you constantly attack them with it, and ensure that you defend the Sanatan Dharma. Stick to facts. Don't go back into history. Don't try to muddy the water. Stick to the present situation, the contemporary situation as far as this issue is concerned, and counter the same.
All right, Paulami getting us in those details. Expecting, Paulami, then in that scenario that this issue is going to be rigged up further by the BJP. Also, it's an election year. I mean, at least next year, not too far away. Just a few months from now, and politically and electorally, it suits the BJP, this narrative, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is, of course, a handle which has been given by the India bloc to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BJP, of course, banks on the majority vote bank. The BJP, of course, hopes that the majority vote bank will see it through a third term in government at the centre. And now, with Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, of course, Udhayanidhi has tried to clarify. He's added more layers now to the statement that he said today. Of course, he said that President Draupadi Murmu not being invited to inaugurate the new parliament building is in itself what he's been talking about, as to there being social inequality in Sanatan Dharma, and that needs to be eradicated. None of it is, of course, being seen in the nuanced way that Udhayanidhi Stalin would hope it would. He, of course, continues to remain defiant, but the BJP, of course, has found a handle in this issue. They're using this issue, and now that push has come from no less than the Prime Minister, who's given his Council of Ministers the go-ahead to go out, speak there, and ensure that they counter this in their most aggressive fashion. The statement which has been made by Udhayanidhi Stalin and supported by the likes of Priyanka Kharge from the Congress party. Expect that much of the attack will be, of course, at the primary opposition party, which is the Congress party. For Congress, in fact, being the biggest partner as far as this bloc is concerned, why hasn't the Congress weighed in on this? Why hasn't the Congress condemned the statement, distanced itself from the statement, said anything vocally in terms of its top leadership speaking out on this issue? Because the Congress is in alliance with the DMK in Tamil Nadu. So that is what the Prime Minister has said, that this is the nerve that you want to hit out on, and you should be doing so. So while, of course, expecting that the BJP goes all out there in order to counter Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, on the other hand, when it comes to the Bharat-India debate, the Prime Minister has categorically stated that only authorized persons will speak about this debate. Because remember, this is a very sensitive issue. It, in fact, refers to instances of references to the Constitution, whether there will be a constitutional amendment or not. Are we looking to just, in a sense, push the word Bharat over India, or are we looking to replace one with the other? Will there be a bill or a resolution that is brought to Parliament during the special session? There are many technical questions involved, and at a moment where the government is unwilling to reveal the agenda as of yet as to what the special session of Parliament is about, the Prime Minister has said, let only authorized people speak on this. Nobody else should be speaking about this particular debate. But as far as Sanatan is concerned, and the remarks made by Udhayanidhi Stalin are concerned, please go all out and aggressively counter it.
All right, Paulimi getting us all of those details. The Prime Minister was in fact having a meeting in which he's spoken about the Sanatan slander, saying that go all out, talk about it, stick to the facts, don't go into the history, quote the Constitution is what the Prime Minister said, is what Paulimi has picked up from her sources. Paulimi, the fact of the matter is that as far as the politics over this issue is concerned, the opposition was in a bit of a situation there, a bit of a dock, if I may, given that there wasn't a response for a couple of days before the BJP pretty much forced the hand of the opposition parties to, in fact, respond to this statement, given that, like I said, this has, of course, the potential, and this already has polarized. Religious leaders have come out and said, this isn't acceptable, isn't it?
That's right. This has definitely put the India bloc on the back foot, clearly, because this is a bloc which is, looking to target every vote bank if it is to, in fact, indeed uproot the Bharatiya Janata Party from the centre come Lok Sabha elections 2024. At such a time, Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement attacking the Sanatana Dharma. Remember that as far as the DMK is concerned and its philosophy is concerned, it has maintained the stand for a very long time, and it has said this in the past as well. But Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, which is a categorical, straightforward statement saying eradicate Sanatana Dharma, is something which has backfired very badly as far as the India bloc is concerned. While they're not speaking about it, the silence in itself is ammunition for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because then the BJP and the NDA partners are asking as to why are they completely mum. Usually they come together and stand up for each other, as it were, in Parliament, if it were the Delhi Services Bill or on other issues, or Manipur issue. But when it comes to Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, why are they staying mum on it? Clearly because they can't defend that statement, they do not agree with that statement, and they do believe that any more traction that statement could garner would only mean detriment for the India bloc.
Paulimi, be with us. I'm going to come back to you for more on that story. The Prime Minister now wading into that controversy as far as the statement of Udhayanidhi Stalin is concerned. A series of reactions have been pouring in. Let's take a listen.
The Honorable President Draupadi Murmu, Madam, she was not invited for the opening of the Parliament. Right. That is the best current example. Thank you.
No question of apology.
Somebody's apologized to me?
They demanded your apology.
No, sorry. I can. This is not an apology to them. For a question. Thank you.
I don't care. They can do what they want. My statement is very, very clear. It's not against any particular religion. I have very clearly stated that any religion that does not preach equality, that does not ensure the dignity of a human being is embedded in that philosophy, it is not a religion according to me. So, अगर उनको लगता है कि उनके धर्म में ऐसा नहीं है तो वो उनका प्रॉब्लम है, मेरा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. मेरा धर्म तो संविधान है. Constitution is my religion, as simple as that. So if UP has a problem, I don't see it to be mine.
काल इतना हिंदू के लिए इतना खतरनाक चीज बताया. If somebody would have said against Muslim and Christian, what would have been you reacted? Why he is non-secular, he is communal, he is speaking against Islam. Now, why you are speaking against Hindu?
But Udhayanidhi Stalin said, I was speaking about social justice. I was speaking about casteism.
Tomorrow I will say that eradicate Muslim because it exploit women. Then what will be your statement? What will be your reaction? Every religion has two sides. Now, if tomorrow Udhayanidhi Stalin says or Karti says that demolish Hinduism because it has casteism, and if I say demolish Islam because it exploit women, will you agree? So we should not say as a politician, neither we should say bad about Islam, neither we should say bad about Christianity, neither we should bad about Hinduism.
ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟ್ವಿಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸನಾತನಿ ಅಂತೀರಿ ಸರಿ ನೀವು ಸನಾತನಿ ನಾನು ಸನಾತನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವರು DMK ಅವರು ಹೇಳದಂತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರಿ ಏನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ನೀವು ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಬಾಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Polemic continues, in fact, to